One of the major confusions on the spiritual so-called path is that we believe ourselves to be like a physical object in time-space, going toward an object of perception, like peace or happiness or self-realization. And this confusion comes because of the design of this world, where as a physical body, if we see a glass of water, we can go toward it and grab it. But things do not work the same in our mind, so or as mind. And this is the major confusion. Now we can discuss here if this physical world is the one creating our perception, or it is us that we are creating a conceptually imagined physical world. But that's not the point here today. The point is that because of this interpretation, right, that we are an object in time space, we believe that we function in the same way as mind. So, firstly, peace or happiness is not an object to be obtained, it's not a conceptual object. This is just a symbol of perception, but it's not an object, right? And secondly, because this journey toward this object of perception happens conceptually, it's important to see that we define ourselves in opposition to that peace. So, conceptually, a point is a point because everything else is not the point. The problem is that there will always be a difference between this action figure and the object of perception, because it is defined in contrast to that which is looking for. So, in order for you to be this action figure, there has to be an object of perception at a distance, something other than yourself. And this actually defines you being the seeker, being the one that tries to get this peace. And the seeker doesn't want to find this peace because actually this would mean its annihilation, right? Because it is defined in opposition to that peace, so it just says that it wants it, but actually in reality it doesn't want it. Now I'm saying this like it's something and someone, but it's not. Okay, so the truth is that you already are what you are, and you imagine yourself to be this action figure. That you are the one imagining both the action figure that you believe yourself to be and this object of perception. So you imagine both, right? Because one cannot be without the other, right? Because they appear in contrast. But all these are concepts, are just concepts. And what you are is not a conceptually imagined thing. What you are is the one that is imagining this, right? So all this conceptual realm happens within you. So, so see that also all this thinking and strategic planning to get this peace or to get happiness happens on this realm of conceptual representation. But what you are is not of this conceptual realm. All this happens within consciousness, right? So time is not involved, finding is not involved, strategic thinking is not involved. all this is in a way useless, right? This is not somewhere to get to, this is not something to obtain. It is already the case, it's not something that you have to do. Okay, so in this regard, there is no peace, there is no happiness, there is no enlightenment, there is no such a thing, right? And this is true, because these are not conceptual objects, right, to be obtained. But once you see this, that as an action figure, I will never be able to get peace, to get to this object of perception. It's like getting your helmet down, right? Okay, so hopefully this clarifies this confusion we have. So this is not somewhere to get to, this is already the case, this is not something to do for you as an action figure. We cannot give here any instruction, we cannot give here any teaching in a sense, right? Any teaching would be for this action figure to do something, or how to, right? How to get to something. These are objects of perception. Uh, Maybe the only teachings or the only knowledge is to see that this cannot be taught or this cannot be known, because it is not an object of perception. The seeker and the sought are the same, right? Or appear at the same time, because there cannot be one without another. Me and the object of perception is simultaneous, right? There is no distance actually between these two, but they are defined separately through contrast. Okay, so in this regard, we are mind, right? We are mind, but not this thinking, right? Not this action figure, this imagined action figure on a journey. This is imagined, right? So what you are is the dreaming of the dream. So that's why I find it uh, very hintful to say that we are mind. But always I have to give this distinction between what mind is and what thinking is, because there is a difference, right? So within mind, within this consciousness, this conceptual realm happens, and all this journey of an action figure towards an object of perception and thinking is of this action figure on its path, right? But let's say we are in an upper dimension. Okay, thank you.